Hey, I'm Alex, and today I'll show you how to create an abandoned checkout flow for your e-commerce store using Klaviyo. I'll show you every step of the process, starting with the structure, design, and Klaviyo implementation. Let's start with a quick overview of the difference between an abandoned checkout flow and an abandoned cart flow. The abandoned checkout flow is triggered when someone initiates a checkout on your website but doesn't place an order. The abandoned cart flow occurs when someone adds something to their cart but doesn't initiate a checkout and then leaves the site. It's super important to have both flows in place. You'll likely have more add to cart actions than an initiate checkout, so covering both ensures you can recapture as many customers as possible and secure purchases. In today's video, I'll explain the structure of an abandoned checkout flow, show you how to design it, what to include in the email, and share a strategy you can use to get started. This is a complete tutorial, so even if you're a beginner, you'll be able to create a flow that can recover a significant portion of your abandoned checkouts. With that said, let's go over to the whiteboard and I'll show you the structure first, since a strong foundation is a key to the successful abandoned checkout flow.
So before we move designing the emails and implementing them in Klaviyo, we first need to understand the structure of the abandoned checkout flow. So let me just show you one quick simple structure that we use for most of the brands, and it works for most of the brands as a basic structure in the beginning. So here is the abandoned checkout flow. It happens when someone abandons something in their cart, so they initiate the checkout, they either fill their email address into the checkout or some details, but then leave. So first you want to set a trigger, delay trigger. That will mean that the flow will wait for a certain amount of time before sending the first email. It is really important here to start testing from the very beginning, because it's really different for the different types of businesses and the different products, the different price points, etc. So, for example, if your average store order value is below 100, you want to start checking with 1 hour here. So you want to check 1 hour before you send the first reminder of the abandoned checkout. If the product is more expensive than 100, you can start with 2 hours. And for example, we have a client that average order value is staying between 10,000 and 15,000. So we are doing 3 to 4 hours there. So if your product is more expensive, you want to wait a little bit longer, because the process of someone buying something more expensive is a little bit longer. So yeah, you can start with 1 and 2 hour delay here, and then you want to send the first email here, first email. Most of the time, the first email needs to be just a reminder. You don't want to give a discount straightforward, because there are a lot of things happening to abandon checkout to happen. So you want first to send a reminder to the people with a dynamic block. So the dynamic block is basically you're showing to the customer what they left into the cart, so they can click one button and go to the checkout, straightforward and easy. So in email 1, yeah, we want to send just a reminder plus the email they left behind. Maybe you want to find some concerns here that they may have, so you can include a little bit of social proof here, but probably we usually like doing this in email 2, 3, and 4. So that's why you can first try to set email 1 for just a reminder and dynamic block and straightforward CTA. So after email 1, you want to wait. And here, we usually wait for at least 24 hours before we send the second email. So that also can be A/B tested, of course, because different businesses require different things. And after 24 hours, we can start with our discount strategy. So in this video, I'll show you a discount strategy and an abandoned checkout flow structure that works for most of the businesses. But yeah, you can adjust it by your products and your service. So after 24 hours, we can send email to. And in email to, we usually start with the discount. So here we will send a reminder. Again, we will include the dynamic product. I'll show you everything in the video. So I'll show you the design process, everything that we need to include. But yeah, we fight concerns here. We include testimonials. We include everything we can in order to make the buyer check out. So after email 2, we wait for another 24 hours where we send email 3, which is a reminder plus the discount, and of course we fight concerns that they may have, and we wait for another 24 hours and we give a last chance email for the discount. We give a last chance for the discount in email 4. Very important thing here is to understand that no matter in which step the buyer initiate the checkout and actually place an order, they will be removed from the flow. So for example, if someone abandoned their checkout, they wait for 1 hour, they get email 1 and they check out, so they placed an order, they will exit the flow and they will not receive email 2, 3 and 4 or whatever. So they will not get the discount if they check out here. The same thing will happen if they receive the first discount at email 2 and place order, they will exit the flow. So as if the filters that you place here at the flow level, if the filters are fine and okay, then this will happen and people will not get the discount if they place order before.
Okay, now when you know and have an idea about the structure you're going to use, you need to start working on the emails. First thing you want to start is with the copy. Use straightforward copy with no copywriting frameworks in email 1 and 2. Most of the people are already interested in the product and are most likely to buy. They just need a reminder, usually a little bit of a push with a small discount. You can create a copy using ChatGPT, but don't forget to add as much information as you can for your brand before asking him to create the copy. Then include a limit of the words that he can use. 80 to 100 characters works best. Tell him to include a header image text, subheader text, and a call to action in the above the fold section. This is really important because that's the part people see when they open the email on mobile or desktop and do not scroll. I'll leave a prompt in the description that you can use. So now when you have the copy, let's move to Figma so I can show you how to design your email. Okay, now when you have the copy, the next step is to start designing your emails. It's super easy and you don't have to be a graphic designer in order to do that. I'll show you how it's done inside Figma. It's super easy, so I've prepared these 4 emails for today's example. So let's start with the first one. In order to start the actual email design, you need to click on the frame here to select the frame, then draw something. And let's change the layout. We usually do 1000 pixels for width, and in order to decide how long the email is going to be, you need to know what you're going to put inside the email before that, but don't worry about that. You can change it anytime. Okay, so let's start with the first part. So this is all above the fold section. So every time you want to design an email, keep that in mind. You want to start with the logo, then you want to have a header text, subheader text, which is saying what the email is about, and then a straightforward call to action button. The above the fold section is important because it is seen by everyone who opens the email, no matter if they scroll or not. Most people are not scrolling and not reading the complete email, so you want to give them the chance to understand what the email is about from the very beginning and not make them read the whole email. So first we need to start with the logo, but since it's a white one, let's start with the header image. So in this example is just a color, a background color. So we can draw a rectangular, then let me just pull the color here. Okay, done. So now you want to have your logo. I'm going to copy paste everything from the email here because it's already done, but you can just drag and drop your images and content from your desktop or from your folder, no matter what. The next thing you want to have is the text. So just select the text button here, draw it, and then start typing. When you have the text like this, there are a lot of different settings here that appear. So you can change the font, you can change the alignment of the text, you can change like everything. You can change the color. So let's just don't lose time on that. I'm going to just select everything, copy paste, and align it in the center. Okay, perfect. So now we have the product here. As I told you, you can just drag and drop your pictures here and they will appear, and then you just have to resize them. So it's pretty easy. It's super easy. You just need some time testing and you'll see how it works. It's pretty easy. Okay, let's move to the CTA. So the CTA, pretty easy again to make. You can create it with the rectangular. You can change the corners here, and you want to have again another layer of text here. Check out. Let's make it 50. Okay. Yeah, you got the idea. So here it's a good example because this layer is behind the CTA. So you can find your layers here. So you want to choose the text, which is that one. Let's check which is the CTA button, this rectangular layer. So you want to move the text over the layer and it will appear above. So you just adjust the text and yeah, pretty easy. Let's just copy the ready version. Okay, perfect. Okay, now we want to hide these. So let's draw another layer. It will be a white one. And done. These are hidden. So the next thing is you want to continue adding your copy to the email. So pretty easy. Just draw another text and you can position it whatever you want. So let's copy paste and continue. So this is the dynamic product. This is really important here because we want to show the exact product that your customer abandoned in their cart. This happens inside Klaviyo. I'll show you how to do that. But for example, when you're creating the design of your email, if you want to have the whole preview, how it is going to look like, you can create a dummy product or a dummy design like here. Yeah, just to have the whole idea of how everything will look like inside Klaviyo and inside your customer's inbox when they receive the email. So yeah, just grab the product and create the design. Pretty easy, as I told you. So you just want to drag and drop your image here and then just put a text, the dollar amount, and another CTA. By the way, you can copy and paste every element that you already designed. So it's super easy when you design, for example, a call to action button. You don't need to design it every time. You just can copy and paste it. Let's continue to one interesting part. So this is the footer. And I'll show you how to design something like this yourself. So here we have a PNG photo of the grass and the hand. So let's take it. It's right there. Okay, let's move it here. And now you want to design the circle. Just need to choose an eclipse shape. Then click and hold Shift. That will make your circle even. Now let's place it here. And again, we want to move the layer behind that one. So this. Perfect. So now I can see that we have stroke here. Stroke, just add it inside or outside. It's depending on what you like. Then you can choose how bold your stroke is going to be with changing the dimensions here. Let's leave it 10. You can change the stroke color from here to whatever you prefer. Then we want to place an image inside. So you choose, with double click, you choose the inside of the eclipse, then choose a picture to fill. That's a video. That's a picture. Let's choose a picture. Okay, perfect. You can see here, and the only thing you want to add is text. So pretty easy. As I told you, you just need some time inside Figma in order to figure out everything, but it's super easy, and it's better than Canva because it gives you a lot of different opportunities to design your emails. So now when you have the email ready, I'll show you how to implement it inside Klaviyo. Pretty fast forward process, but it's super important to follow each step. So when the email is ready, you just have to click here in order to select the whole frame, then click S, or use the edit here and then select slice and drag the slice like this. So each slice is going to be a different image when you implement that in Klaviyo. So you need slices for whatever links you have. So one slice can be linked to one URL. So keep that in mind. Then that one, this part, I'm not going to slice it because we are going to build that inside Klaviyo in a minute. So everything else needs to be sliced. Get this. So once slices are done, these will appear here on the left in the layers. You need to select these, then click export, export these in JPEGs, and use 1x. This is a multiplier, so if you choose 2x, you export the slices to 2000 width. You don't want to do that. They will be pretty huge and we will load slower. So once you click, once you choose 1x, use JPEG and then export the 3 layers. When you export the layers, now you just need to go to tinypng.com. It's a free software that you can use. It will compress our images even more, so they will load faster. As you can see, 58 KB, 88 and 100. Download all of them, and now we just need to move into Klaviyo and start implementing our email. Okay, when you're done slicing the images and then compressing them, now we need to build the actual abandoned checkout flow inside Klaviyo. So when you go into Klaviyo, you need to choose flows here, and then we have to find the abandoned checkout flow. So go to prevent lost sales, abandoned cart reminder, and you want to check for checkout started trigger. No matter if it's a WooCommerce or Shopify integration, you're looking for that exact trigger, because we are not doing the abandoned cart flow right now. We are doing the abandoned checkout. So we need the checkout started trigger. Let's proceed. Now we are given the structure from Klaviyo, from the default one, with SMS, because we choose that template. You just want to remove that split, remove both paths, and remove that time delay, and start with the filters that I've explained in the whiteboard previously. So the filters are super important, and you want these placed like this. Placed order 0 times since starting this flow. This filter will exclude everyone who placed an order, so no one will receive an email if they already placed an order. So for example, as I previously mentioned, if someone enters the abandoned checkout flow, they receive the first email and then place an order on the website, they will exit the flow. This is what this trigger is doing. So the next thing is has not been in this flow in the last 7 days. So it really depends on your business, your products that you sell. You can change this. So that basically means if someone abandoned their checkout, they will enter the flow. After how many days after this, they can enter the flow again if they abandon a checkout. So you can start with 10, 15, or even 30 days. It really depends on the products and the whole thing, the whole idea you have about the lost sales. So let's start with the time delay. As I mentioned, you want to test that. Let's start with 1 hour and let's edit the first email. Okay, so it depends on your Klaviyo settings and what you've actually included for your brand kit. You'll see different things here, but let's just remove everything and keep the actual dynamic product block here and the call to action. So first thing is you want to add an image. Let's select our first image here. So it's our slice one. Make sure to select the compressed one. So let's just click duplicate, select the second one. And now we are leaving the dynamic block. That's how the design was made. So let's add another image for the last part of the email and slice 3. Okay, so perfect. Okay, so now the only thing we have to do is to change the call to action button corners and the color. Let me just take the color of the button right here, change it here, and let's check. It's 10, the corner pixels. Okay, it's 10. Now I need to choose just a different font to match that one, but let's skip that. The email is basically ready. The only thing we want is to create our footer, but I'm not going to cover this right now. So the next step will be to add alt text to each slice. So for that one, it will be "Don't leave your wand hanging," and we want to place this exact link from the button that Klaviyo provides as a template. So this that means that if someone clicks on that CTA or whatever on the image, they will be redirected to the website and to the checkout with the product that they already abandoned. It's really nice to have that option because your customers will not need to add the product in their cart again and initiate the checkout. So looks like you left your loan hanging. That's the alt text here, and let's place alt text here. Enjoy a wheat-free loan. Make sure to add the alt text and the link to all the slices you have into your email, and you're basically ready with email 1. As I told you, it's super easy. You can click preview and you'll be able to see if the dynamic product here is working or not. It will be working if it's the default one from Klaviyo. And you can change the text here. So if you don't want to include quantity, you can just remove it here. If you want to change the font, you can change it by here. So it's easy. And yeah, when you're ready and you're happy with the email, you just need to click exit, create your subject line, paste your preview text, sender name, the sender email address, and click done. Okay, now we are ready with email 1. So the next step is to have a time delay. So drag another time delay here, place 1 day. And now you don't have to start over with the Klaviyo template email. So it's easier just to go here, click clone. It will duplicate the email that we already created. move it here, and you can start just replacing the images. You have the dynamic product already in the email, so it's easier. You just want to follow the process and implement all 4 emails. Great, now you have a 4-step abandoned checkout that will for sure recover lost sales and help you with the cost per acquisition and lowers paid ads budget. Email flows are super important if you want to scale your brand and increase customer lifetime value, so make sure you cover every aspect of the customer journey with an automated flow. Don't forget to send at least 1 campaign per week so you can keep your customer list engaged and keep an eye on the important metrics. Thank you for watching, and if you want someone on board who can help you with the retention, email and SMS structure for your brand, contact us. Until next time.